How can I trust the Bible? Is a question I often hear from people, and I can appreciate the question because, let's be honest, the Bible is a difficult, complex book. Not least, we are separated from it by thousands of years of history and time and culture. The Bible also says things that challenge us. We read the Bible and there are things there that disagree with us, that provoke us, that don't necessarily agree with our presuppositions and our preferences. Well, the first thing I want to have you think about here at this point is the fact that the Bible challenges us is interesting, right? Because the Bible ultimately is a story of a God who intends to have a relationship with human beings. And there is something inherent about challenge when it comes to relationships. In fact, you can't have a relationship if there isn't challenge. For example, I've been married to my wife for over 20 years, but she sometimes says things that disagree with me. So maybe I should replace her with a robot, a bit like the movie The Stepford Wives. I could replace my wife with an automata who obeys my every command and never questions anything I ever say. That might lead to a little bit of domestic harmony for a while, but all relationship will be destroyed. There would be no relationship. It would only be a robot. For there to be a relationship, there needs to be challenge, and the same goes for God. But let's focus in on this idea of a relationship for a few moments, because I think another reason people sometimes struggle a bit with the Bible is they open it at random, they see some command or instruction there, and they think, who's the Bible to tell me what to do? And they take offense. Because there's no relational context. Commands outside of a context of a relationship always cause problems. Let me give you an illustration to show you what I mean. Imagine, for example, that I get up tomorrow morning and I come downstairs to make the coffee, and there on my doormat is a letter that purports to be from a family 20 streets away. Never met them, don't know them from Adam. And I open it up and they say, "Oh, dear Mr. Bannister, could you come round and take our bins out on your way to work this morning?" And of course I quite rightly think, who the heck are they? I don't know who they are. Why should I be taking their bins out? On the other hand, I come down tomorrow morning to make the coffee, and there is a little note on my fridge from my beloved wife that says, "Hi darling, please don't forget on your way to work this morning, do take the bins out." And of course I'm going to do that happily, no offence, delighted to do it, because there's a relationship. The same, I would argue, goes in some way for God and his commands in the Bible. They're in the context of relationship. So that raises the question, how do you have a relationship with God? Well, of course, if God didn't want a relationship with us, we'd be a bit stuffed. But the amazing news at the heart of the Christian faith is the God of the universe does want a relationship with us, and to that end has revealed himself in three ways. He's a God who's revealed himself to us in creation. We can look around at this incredible, intricate, beautifully designed world that God has made and deduce a few things about the God who's made it. He's revealed himself through the Bible. The Bible is primarily intended to reveal what God is like and his character, his heart, his identity to us. He reveals himself, number two, through the Bible. But he doesn't stop there, because the God of the universe, the God who created this reality that we find ourselves in, has also stepped into history in and through Jesus Christ. He's come in the person of Jesus. So the idea being that if you want to know what God is like, look at Jesus. How do we come to know this Jesus? Well, the answer is you pick up the Bible and turn to one of the Gospels in the New Testament, Matthew, Mark, Luke, or John, one of those four historical biographies of Jesus of Nazareth, and read those. Read one of them with the desire of discovering what Jesus is like, and through him, what God is like. And as you do, suddenly you discover that you think you're reaching out to find out about God, and actually you discover through the pages he's reaching out to you. When God reveals himself to you through the person of Jesus and through the Gospels, I tell you, there is nothing quite like it. Jesus said that those who seek will find. And my prayer for those of you who are watching this, who genuinely want to know God, is that as you read the Gospels, you would encounter him in and through the pages of Scripture, but particularly in and through the person of Jesus Christ, his Son.